I'd like to take a moment to thank my channel members. Thank you. It's continued support like yours that keeps this channel growing. And if you haven't already, please consider joining today. Hello and welcome. I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we've got a very special surprise video because I just got something in the mail that I had no idea was coming. So what has it been now? About a year and a half or so since some of us backed the Mattel Eternia Playset for the Masters of the Universe Origins line. And one of the benefits of backing that playset was King Grayskull. Well, he arrived today. I got no notifications from Mattel, no shipping notifications, nothing. I just went to my mailbox and I had this waiting for me right there. So very excited. I got the Grayskull, the King Grayskull figure just appeared at my doorstep today, which is very cool. This is the packaging that he comes in. Let's go to the review table. Let's open this figure and let's go check it out. All right, so let's take a closer look here at the new King Grayskull figure, starting with the mailer box. This is the box that he came in, just a basically brown box. We got the Masters logo up here, the powers of Grayskull, and a really cool skull right there showing us King Grayskull, heroic ancestor of He-Man right there coming out of the mouth. Not a whole lot to look at here on the sides. You got the Mattel Creations logo on one side, Mattel Creations logo on the other, MOTU logo on the top, tiny type on the bottom, and then down here on the back side we've got the this is pretty cool. So this is obviously modeled after the original animation of He-Man, or Adam turning into He-Man. You see that King Grayskull here's got the exact same pose, but rather than standing in front of Grayskull, he's actually standing in front of that lion mouth head kind of a thing that the Eternia Playset has. So that's pretty cool. That's a really cool take on that old line drawing. Very, very neat artwork. I like that a lot. And then you just pop that open and you pull out the figure card right here. And I really like what they've done with the card. So starting again, the front of the card, Master of the Universe, the power of Grayskull, King Grayskull, heroic ancestor of He-Man. And again, we see that skull right there behind him, and we can see the figure right there along the back. Again, we've got the same artwork. This time it's not a line drawing. It is fully colorized right here. So we can see, again, King Grayskull right there in that pose, turning into, I guess, King Grayskull. Or I don't know if he had a transformation like Adam did. Standing in front of the Eternia playset, that mouth, that lion mouth kind of a thing. So that's cool right there. So now, this is what I was talking about with, I love what they did with the packaging. You'll notice that this card is just inserted into the plastic here. So you can actually just slip this out. And I'm opening this I have not opened this figure. I am doing it right now for the first time here with you guys in front of the camera. But I love what they did here. You can just slide this out so you don't actually have to destroy or damage your packaging. When you're opening it, you can still remove the figure, you can still display it, or you can put it back into the packaging and display it packaged if you wish, without tearing anything up, which is really, really neat. So we had these two little inserts here. I guess these were here and here. So I guess there's that. And let's see, are there any ties? Now there are ties here. There's some tape on the cape. There's his sword down there. And there are some zip ties up here by his arms and by his ankles. So you will need to pop those off. So if you want to put this figure back in here for display, just keep that in mind. You're not going to tie him back in there again. So let's see. Sometimes these just kind of pop off. There's one. There's the other. So yeah, I'm not being very careful, am I? I know some of you guys are. Some of you guys are going to be super careful about the packaging here. But my Grayskull is going to go on my Eternia playset when that gets here. So, and then we can pop those off. I'm sure some of you guys have already figured out tricks of how to remove the figure here without popping those off. Kind of like I did there with the ankles. You see the ankles are not popped off? So if I wanted to, I could probably put his ankles back in, but I did pop off the arms. So, and now let's get his sword out of there. We'll set that aside, and then we'll just put all this stuff back in here. So yeah, I think that's pretty neat, because for all of those, I know you're out there, you're in-card collectors, you have an opportunity to actually open it, check it out, put it back in, and you're still mint on card. You know, you haven't broken any seals, you haven't damaged any packaging, anything like that. So that's pretty neat. That's a really cool thought that they put into that. And then here we go. Here is King Grayskull, and this figure looks really cool. Check it out. Love that cape. Now, in the pictures that we saw, it looked like all this fur kind of a stuff was up and above his shoulder. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. There's there's Velcro there. Okay, so you got to work it under the ponytail right there, but a little piece of Velcro right there, and then you can work the cape up over the shoulder straps, or, yep, there you go. Just like that. That's pretty neat. Does he have a, he does. He does have a sword holster right there on the back, just like He-Man does. So you can put the sword back there if you wish. So that's pretty neat. So let's see. Let's take a measurement of the figure here. And he's probably going to be the same size as all the other ones. He stands at approximately just over 5.5 inches tall. So again, he's pretty comparable with all of your other figures. And do his limbs pop off? Yep. So his limbs pop off. I'm sure his waist pops off. So yep. So for those of you out there that like to customize these figures, you can take them apart, customize them. I don't know why you would do that with this figure specifically, since this is kind of an exclusive, but it's there if you want to do it. Articulation wise, heads on a ball joint, pin joints here on the shoulder, so you got in and out, forward and backwards, bend at the elbow, rotation at the elbow, pin again. These are all pin joints. So bend at the ankle, rotation at the ankle, rotation at the waist. Legs can go forward, backwards, in and out. Pin, bend at the knee, rotation at the knee, rotation at the top of the boot there, and then a pin so you can bend forward and backward on the ankle. You can also rotate at the ankle. So pretty standard articulation, just like all of the other figures. His hands are the closed fist hands for both hands. Love that head sculpt. Check that out. And I love his armor, his cross armor right there, and I love that his logo right there. It's kind of reminiscent of the 2000X He-Man, and I kind of like that they're calling back to all of that now. So his sword of power is blue. We'll give him that. And oh man, wow, these are super stiff, these fingers, as you just saw. There we go. We got him in there. I'm so excited. This is so cool. I love it when I get stuff in the mail, when I get something that I was just completely not expecting. It's such a cool surprise. Let's move his shoulder, his fur here up and over his shoulders again, and kind of get him looking nice and majestic. Oh, this figure is awesome. He looks great. Look at that. He looks absolutely fantastic. Let's come down just a little bit. Yeah, he looks really cool. Let's do a couple of comparisons real quick. So we'll bring in He-Man, and we'll bring in King Randor, so you can see what the three of them look like together. So yeah, again, I had no idea this was coming. I haven't received any shipping notifications from Mattel, so I don't know if this is an indication that we're about to start getting those Eternia Playsets are going to start shipping or not. Would be pretty cool if they start coming in. So I'm definitely going to have to clear out my table there and make some room for that playset, because that thing's going to be huge. Very cool. So hopefully if you backed the Eternia playset, you have already received this figure, or you should be receiving it very soon. And I think that about does it for the Masters of the Universe Origins Powers of Grayskull King Grayskull figure. Really looking forward to the rest of them. Was it the Keldor? No, it's not Keldor. What was his name? The one guy in blue. I can't think of his name right now. We got the MOTU figure that's coming, and of course the Eternia playset itself. I'll be doing updates on all of those as they start coming in, so make sure that you are tuned in for that. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.